Today I'm working on a website for a design agency that's still got a ways to go. So let's jump in and see what we're working with. Here in the new framer, you'll notice a beautifully streamlined UI. And on the right sidebar, the Properties panel is now split into the Style tab we know and love, and the all-new Agent tab, which is where our chats with Framer agents take place. We can choose our preferred model from the dropdown. I'm fond of Opus 4.8 myself, and then we can just start writing our first prompt. Our site here is already coming along with pages for work case studies, services, and even a CMS-powered blog. I'm going to start small by asking the agent to create a new services section and I want to point this at a particular frame on the canvas, so I'll grab the new context tool below and click directly on the main wrapper here on the homepage, which inserts it into my prompt. And you can insert as many different layers into your prompt as you want to, but let's keep going. Listing the 13 services from, and here I can @mention a page, in this case, services, each with a heading to, which I can @mention as well, and one line description below. Subtle, thin bottom border, generous spacing, full width. I'll send it, and the Canvas agent gets to work with real-time visual feedback on which layers it's actively working on. And it's designing using the content, structure, and style of my entire project as context. We're also getting helpful info in the chat, letting us know what the agent is actually doing. And I can continue the conversation to iterate or just make edits directly on the canvas myself. It's easier for me to just go in and rearrange some of these myself, or even delete a few rather than trying to type out an explanation. But that's the whole idea, agents and myself co-editing together. But I will take some help to add an icon to each remaining item that best represents the service. And check it out, these aren't random icons. The Canvas agent actually curated icons from a vector set that fit the subject matter, and of course, styled them to match. We can also see a quick before and after by clicking undo and redo. And if I want to turn back time on even sending this prompt, I can click revert and then confirm. Also, one little detail I want to add is label this section and add a See All Services link that matches the other sections. There we go. And I didn't even really tell it which page to link to, but based on the context of our conversation, the Canvas agent understood to link through to the full services page. Cool. Now I could just continue this chat, but since I'm going to move on to something completely different, I don't need the context of this conversation. Plus, I can just keep myself more organized by clicking on this plus button to start a brand new chat. Now I want to generate a whole new page, and I can count on the Canvas agent to design it cohesively with the rest of the site. I'll say, create a contact page with 3 office locations, San Francisco, New York, and Amsterdam. Include city, address, and email with a landscape city photo side by side, each with the clock component, which I've already created, above the text at its default size. Match the header layout from @work. Add any missing links to this page site-wide. And since all the action is happening on another page, I can click the follow button to jump to where the agent is currently working. And here we can see the new page coming together. And it's still working, but I know I want the images on the right, so I'm just going to nudge these over while it's still running. And the layout and content are looking good. It came up with some placeholder information for the addresses and emails I didn't provide, which is great for now. And it went and found stock images of each city. But this one doesn't really scream San Francisco to me, so I'm going to say replace with a more iconic image of SF. Okay, but more foggy. Amateur fog. It's still thinking, but I can queue up my next request. More fog. That's more like it. We can also design from visual reference. Agents are really good at rebuilding functional web UI from a picture. So let's try add a contact form that matches this. And I can click the plus button here to browse for a file to attach. And I've got this screenshot a colleague sent me, so I'll add that and click send. It's building away, and there we go. We've got a functional form that's fully editable straight from a screenshot. I just don't think we need the top border on this frame since we've got a bottom border on the message field. So I'm going to fix that real quick. Awesome. Now let's get into some animation back on the homepage. Let's say I want this hero content to animate in when the page loads. It would typically be easier to just select everything and add an appear effect myself, but I'm going for something specific that I think would take longer by hand. So I'm going to head back to the Agent tab, create a new chat, and try to add a subtle staggered appear effect to each individual element of the hero section, starting with the background and then bringing in the foreground content from top to bottom. Use a 1 second duration, but stagger the delays by only 0.1 second. I'll let it do its thing. Looks like it's done, so I'll press Command P to preview. And there we go. The timing of each layer is ever so slightly staggered. I do see some clipping going on, which could be one of several parent frames at fault. So rather than poking through the hierarchy, I'll just say, make sure parent frames don't clip anything. There we go. And all fixed. But again, it's tedious stuff, repetitive stuff. That's where I'm going to ask an agent to jump in. Like add subtle text animation to every text layer containing a heading across all pages. Trigger when they come into view, animate by character, move up, and fade in. And let's take a look. All right, the hero looks good. Not a big fan of the blur, so we'll say lose the blur. And I'm digging this more. But these long headings are taking way too long in my opinion. I'll let it know long headings take too long. Hero is fine though. And the agent says it switched from animating by character to by word, so let's take a look. Animating by word is definitely the move for these. But now they're a tad rushed. Slow those down. And there we go. Just needed to chat it out a little bit. But I wasn't about to go and find every single animated heading and tweak them myself one at a time. Now, things are looking good, but only on desktop. So naturally, I'm going to ask the Canvas agent to make the entire site responsive. But that is a big batch of edits on a lot of pages. So this would be a great time to take advantage of the new branching feature. You may have noticed this new main label at the top of the canvas. I can click it to show all of the branches that exist in this project, which right now is just the main branch we've been looking at. But I can click the plus icon to create a new branch to give myself a safe little sandbox to experiment in without affecting the main project until I'm ready. It gets a unique name, but I can right-click it and rename it something like Breakpoints. It also shows that I'm the one who created it since other editors in the project can come jam on this with me or might have questions about my edits. So now, with our new branch selected, I'll create a new chat and say, make every page responsive across the entire site. Create variants for any components that need alternate layouts like the footer. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Since our footer is a component, we're going to need variants for tablet and phone. Right now we just have desktop and it's not going to squash down nicely. So I'll head back and click send. And we're off. It's generating our breakpoints, making the necessary layout adjustments for tablet and phone. And if we head over to the other pages, work looks good. Services, mostly good, except we might have a layer that looks like it's not linked to the right text style. We'll fix that in a minute. And the agent did go ahead and make those footer variants that I asked for. But back on the home page, not sure about the hero. The hero doesn't look good on phone. Fit it to H1 and reel only with nice gaps. Just needed a little adjusting, but that's better. I can keep fiddling with it later. I also want this services section at the bottom, which I probably should have done earlier. Nice, I feel better. And we should probably keep the cleanup going. Let's tackle styling next. This site has a whole lot of text going on. So I could show you agents automatically creating text styles from every unique text layer. But one, that's easy. Plugins have been doing that kind of thing for years. And two, that means all of our rogue layers with font mistakes would get codified as styles. We don't want that. So let's be realistic. In this project, we already have the text styles that we should be using. But of course, there are going to be layers scattered throughout the project that aren't bound to a text style like they should be. And their properties might be a little janky. So, new chat. List all of the text layers project-wide that are not bound to a style. Exclude any text layers sized to fit. All right, it actually found a bunch, and these are clickable, so I can go have a good look for myself. But finding them is easy. It'll take some smarts to find the closest match and apply it, which the agent is actually offering to do. So I'll just type yes. And it's going through every text layer on the site. And there we go. This paragraph definitely just got fixed, along with layers in a bunch of other pages and components. Let me just double check the style tab for this layer. And yep, it's got the body style applied as expected. And a quick undo redo shows it was in fact pretty far off before. Let's tighten up the styles themselves with something like refine the contrast between my heading sizes using the nearest major third intervals. And okay, but it looks like our big hero H1 size actually got rounded down. So I'll say set at heading 1 to the next larger interval. Much, much better. True to the original, but mathematically harmonious. You get the idea. You could also have agents tidy up gaps and padding site-wide, or even clean up colors, creating missing styles or merging styles together that are too similar. Speaking of colors, this particular site might not be too colorful, but it could use some theming. It was really only designed for dark mode. If I toggle to light mode, nothing changes. So let's start a new chat and say, theme the site for light and dark mode. Use the current values for dark mode and create new ones for light mode. Leave static colors alone. And there we go. The entire site got an inverted theme for light mode and kept our original style for dark mode. And up here, it's leaving our static colors in the hero area alone, so we don't end up with black on black. I'm just going to zoom in a little here. And I can also say, make all of the color styles a slightly cool tone. Reduce the contrast with no absolute black or absolute white. There we go. It's subtle, but if I undo and redo, you can see the results on the canvas. Or I can head over to the assets panel, and clicking through my colors, you can see that they're all in the hue of blue now with just a hint of saturation. I don't love it for this site, to be honest, so I'm actually going to revert it. But since I'm happy with where we've ended up here, I'll head back to the branching popover and click Apply to Main to merge this branch. And there we go. Our changes are instantly integrated with the main site design. The last thing I want to mention is that all of this works beautifully with design pages too, whether it's supplemental to your site or a design project that isn't a website in the first place. For my project here, I could do something like create a comprehensive style guide of all my text and color styles on a new design page. And here we go. We get a design page that's getting populated with a visual guide to all of our styles. I'll skip ahead so you don't have to wait. You could also create a sticker sheet of all your components if you wanted to, or we could explore some different design directions. I can grab this hero and say, create a new design page with 6 drastically different layout explorations of this hero. Use only the existing styles and color styles on the site. Try different liquid gradient shaders, but keep exactly the same colors. And it's created the new page. I'll click follow. And our explorations are starting to generate on the canvas one by one. The only thing not looking quite right would be the colors, but it's not completely finished yet. Yep, there we go. It figured out the colors. And now I've got 6 layout variations, each with animated shaders in seconds.